In this episode, I'm going to be talking about farming patterns and where you need to place your hero after basically the laning stage is kind of over already. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you what happens after I lose a tier 1 tower. I'm playing a void. We see there is a timber saw on bot lane that's like almost impossible to contest. And we have a void spirit who can sort of at least outpush the lane. And after we lost the tier 1 bot, there is no way I can delay it anymore. I just decided to place myself on mid lane because Selena can't really burst me. And this is the best lane for me to stay because I don't want to stay top against AM. He's sort of stronger than me and I'm playing with a greedy build Midas. So what I want to do in this game is I'm just going to plant myself mid, I'm going to push the lane and I just go to jungle until I get my Midas. And ideally I want a Midas like the minute 10 creep. This is already something I'm planning to do. I just keep denying this, defending this tower. It doesn't matter what happens too much. I get the Midas. And there is no catapult. Something was going on, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do. But anyway, I sit mute, like I push the wave, and I go back to jungle. This is something I need to keep doing for a little bit until I get my next chrono. Then I'm gonna show you what I wanna do. I'm gonna explain. Now I just wanna kill the catapult. And I'm waiting to see what's happening on the map. But keeping in mind that in this game I'm playing against an anti-mage, which means most of the fights until minute 20, until he gets Manta, are gonna be 4v5. So this is something that I can abuse. And not only that, but also they have Timber and Undying, like kinda slow heroes. They don't have catch, so you can play a bit more like aggressive. In this game I decided to play mid because like there was a Timber saw on the bot lane, a guy who is almost like unkillable, for me at least. And I don't wanna be there, but I have Void Spirit who can deal with waves and just try to stop them from taking tier 2 at least. And on the top side, we have Doom and the Phoenix, two guys that are very greedy and they sort of lost the lane. So I don't want to go on a lane that's already lost. And the only lane that we did good was mid. So I'm going to keep myself in mid for a little bit, just until I get my next chrono and I get boots maybe. Then I'm going to do a move because I'm Void. And you know, with Void, you're not so greedy, but like even though I bought Midas, I still have a skill to use to make a comeback, right? So I'm going to wait for that slowly around mid for like a minute. Then I'm going to make a move. That's my plan already from this thing. There was this thing I was talking about, we started diving, and I decided to TP, but I decided to TP because I know they have anti-mage. With AM, you know that this guy doesn't want to be in a fight, which means that if we commit everyone to top, we're going to be 5v4, even though we're losing in gold, it's going to be like a favorable fight. That's why I TP'd on this side. Let's pick it up a little bit. We get a kill, we defend the tower as well. Mid tower is not in danger, that's why I did it. Like for instance, if creeps were hitting my tower, I would make sure that like I outpush first, I stop the pressure, that's when I can TP. If the lane was here, I shouldn't have TP'd here. So, but first I made sure that the lane is in touch, that's when I TP. It's simple. Now Chronosphere is coming up to play, which means my guy is pushing mid, I don't need to be mid. Now I want to force a fight with the Chrono on top, because AM doesn't want to be there again, I'm repeating it. This is the main thing. I know that these guys are going to be 4v5 in most of the fights. Or even if AM TPs to get a counter Q, I don't care about it because we're going to win with Chrono. And now I'm waiting for it. We got a Doom off. These guys are slowly tipping, but Chronosphere is coming. And because of that, because I forced this fight, we're going to get a decent one. It's a good Chrono. And we get 3 kills. AM doesn't want to be here again, you see this guy? We get 3 kills, even though we were losing like in gold. This doesn't matter. And again, I want to make sure that I abuse the lack of catch that they have. The whole game, I know that. That's why, like, usually if they have a lot of catch, you wouldn't come past like this 3 side, past this river. You don't want to go there because it's sort of dangerous already, right? Let's say they have Disruptor or Raster or Lion or any catch, you're going to be scared to go there. But because like they have so little catch and I see a few heroes mid, I can just play here and be more like cocky, more greedy, and just, yeah, this tower gets a few hits, and I make sure it gets hit, because it's easier for me to just come and hit Ancients, but I want to apply pressure, I want to force somebody to beat top, this way, only then I can go and farm Ancients. I need to apply pressure first. See, the tower gets hit, that's when I jungle. Slowly, Timber comes to top, he gets annoyed by it, and then, the moment he goes top, I know this guy is super slow. Even if he TPs bot, he's really slow at like following heroes. He's like, in a way, like a Viper, you know? It's hard for him to follow your movements. So I TP bot. Let me slow a bit. It's a bit like awkward fight, but it doesn't matter because I still don't have the chrono. Waiting chrono. This is a random fight. I just missed a few spells. But the point is, this guy is stuck on top, and we're forcing a fight 4v5, just because like you're applying the right pressure. Imagine now the top wasn't pushed right, and you want to do this move, Timber would be in this place, and you don't want this to happen because you're not strong enough yet. I want to get a catapult before I go. That's like something we've been talking about a lot. And now I have Chrono again, and with Chrono, with heroes that use spells, you want to use that before you continue like into your heavy farming like patterns basically. But as you can see, I'm not leaving so early yet. Like I'm still lingering about to see if AM is gonna come. If he comes, I'm gonna walk away from him. We messed up the spells, but it doesn't matter so much. Now I shouldn't be bot at all. I need to soon start getting out from this space. AM TP top, but I don't have Chrono, so it's hard for me to be in the fight, so I'm gonna go to Ancients. Like after I don't have a spell, I don't want to be in the dangerous spots because this one is a dangerous spot, and in a dangerous spot there is a high chance that a fight is gonna pop. But without Chrono, you don't want to be in there at all. So you just want to wait your Chrono, maybe watch around mid. If they make a mistake, you can punish it, but other than that, you just want to chill. Now again, before I go into jungle, I tried to force rotations. It happened. 2 heroes mid. This was a bit, like maybe on the edge. It's a bit like too deep, but it worked out. So it's not something you should do anyway, but you see because of that, like in the next game, it could be your mid guy or support. You need to know that around mid, it's always gonna, like a fight is gonna pop. Even though this move worked out, it was like a high risk move because I didn't have Chrono. With Chrono, if I do this move with a Chrono, it's perfect. But anyway, like we baited them into a fight. We're using 5k gold. We got a decent fight. And now I know that like there is no more from here. When the AM goes in, you kind of know that there is nothing else for you to die from. So you want to abuse that. Like you want to be like a shark, basically. The moment you smell some blood, you need to start chasing everyone like away from your game. Like you want to chase them away from mid. You can even chase them to Ancients. You don't want them to play anymore. The moment you get 1 Q or 1 advantage, you push that until you make them feel scared for their lives, basically. So we get 1 Q, start chasing. I'm gonna chase everyone. Deep chase. We get a tower. The Chrono is coming. That's why I'm waiting in this fight. And then the fight is gonna start again. But you see, because you're chasing them and because you're not allowing them to breed, they make these mistakes. The more you press the issue, the more mistakes they're gonna make. And it doesn't matter who you play against. It doesn't matter what bracket you play against. If you're on the aggressive and you show no fear, these guys are gonna make mistakes. It's how it is. And they die. Now again, like I don't have Chrono, kind of weak. My SNY is not yet with me. Top lane is in a decent spot. If he wasn't pushed, I would have pushed it before I went to Ancients, but it's in a good spot, so I just go to Ancients, my safe spot, and you see there is pressure, so I go Ancients, Bounty Rune's coming. So again here, like I'm waiting for like to see what's gonna happen, ideally waiting my my Chrono, but also like staying near the lane, staying near the Ancients, and waiting for them to make mistake. If they don't, I'm just gonna keep pushing top. Let's see, now they're doing something, but I'm not sure what they're doing. And we get a kill. Just because you're holding like a better spot. You see these guys walking around, you're gonna force them on a choke point. This is a choke point where they're going, but you wanna hold this. The thing is, if you are not in a good spot, let's say you were close to farming this or just lingering around, you would be late to punish this move. From here, I see them walking around mid, and I know that they're gonna try and do something because you see their hero language. Basically, they're trying to rush at us. You know what I mean? So like, I wanna wait and see what they're gonna do first. That's when I'm gonna push, because I feel like they're gonna make a mistake. That's like a feeling. I feel that these guys are making a mistake right now. They feel like they're getting impatient because I don't have Chrono as well, right? I don't have Chrono, so they're like, okay, guys, we need to force the issue right now. This guy doesn't have Chrono, or like you could be a Raid King and you don't have ult, and they're gonna they're gonna force themselves to make a mistake, right? Actually, that's a good point, because without chrono, they feel superior. But the fact is that I'm waiting like on a better spot than them, they're gonna make a mistake, and this could be like even game losing for them. See, like no chrono, and this guy is not even in the fight. Hey. Now I wanna go back to my usual job, just pushing the lanes. And because of that, because you're pushing the lane, you didn't just sit around ancients. I had ancients again. You see what's happening. 1, 2 TPs, this guy sitting around top, that's pressure. Like if they don't do it, I'll hit tier 2 tower. But the thing is, now I have chrono back again. See, they're all around top. Just because you applied pressure on top lane. They're all forced around top. So the concept of farming patterns and how I decide where I want to play basically is that you need to find, like you need to see first what catch do they have. Again, like if they can't catch me, I can play a bit more aggressive and I can force it until the tower even hits. Then I can just wait and see. If nobody TPs, I can just linger around because they don't have catch for me. But it's another thing if I'm pushing a lane and they have this catch, these disruptors, rastas, and whatnot, and like, you know, just maybe avoid chronosphere even. Like I'm gonna push the lane, I'm gonna push 1 or 2 waves, and I'm gonna walk back because automatically I know these guys are on the move. When they have catch, usually they wanna kill you so much. So 1 or 2 waves is already like a lot of pushing because they're gonna be moving, and you don't wanna be pushing and getting caught at the same time, right? So you wanna push a little bit, go back to jungle, wait and see, maybe like the disruptor or the void. If you don't see it, if you don't see the hero that's gonna catch you, you need to chill back and go back into ancients and just slowly wait and see what's gonna happen. You need to be patient when it comes to that. So you can decide where you want to be with one simple mechanic that usually is gonna work. Is like, who is killing me? Who is the guy killing me from the enemy team? Let's say it may be a timber saw, right? So if it's a timber saw, there is a big chance that this guy wants to pressure your towers. But if you force him away from your towers, he may not even TP a row there, because he's just gonna lose the pressure. Basically what you want to do is you wanna run away from the pressure. Or you want to make them pressure the lane that you play, but if they do that, they're gonna waste so much time. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's simple enough, but this is like a good mechanic to look at things when you wanna choose a side, or when you wanna choose like how much you wanna push the lane, basically. Farming with a purpose, like what farming with a purpose means, basically is that at the start, like after the laning stage, you need to see at what objectives are important for the enemies, right? So it could be that it's a Templar assassin or any hero that does Rosh, or it could be a Meepo, you know what I mean? And if they want to go for Rosh, you kind of want to play on the left side. Let's say you're Radiant, you want to play on the left side and you want to invade their jungle. Even though you let them have Ancients, you don't care about it, because what matters is they don't get Rosh, right? So you control that area and you don't allow them to go Rosh, and you farm there. You don't want to go bot, because if they see you on bot side of the map, they're going to instantly come and take Rosh, for instance. But in other cases, let's say you're playing against Mag Jug or any like ancient farming hero. It could be a Terrorblade. When you imagine you're Radiant and you're pushing bot tower, you want to stay in their ancient zone. Because TB, if you kick away TB from this side of the map, it's going to be so hard for him to do anything. Honestly, you're going to choke him on the map and he's going to be so like less networked. And you want to play there ideally. But in some games, you know, this is not going to be easy to do. So what you need to do is, like when you cannot invade Ancients in games like that, you need to see like, how can I force this TB to be in a bad spot? So it could be you going Rosh. For instance, in some games, you want to force Rosh and you want to force Rosh by like pulling out all of the enemies from the right side, from the Ancients, to come to you to Rosh and try and defend the Rosh, right? Like this could be another way of taking things. Or like right now in this meta, if you take a tier 2, you take an outpost, right? So you can also force them by pushing a tier 2, you know, force the TB or the Jug, or doesn't matter what Ancient carry, by coming top and defending. Or if he doesn't do that, you get a tower, outpost, and it's like really big.